Hi guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. Today I want to show you how you can remove a Harley Davidson gas tank without draining the gas. If you've never done it before, it could be quite intimidating. So let's get to it. Today I'm going to be using this Road King as a sample, but it doesn't really matter if you have a Road King or, for example, this Dyna Wide Glide. Also, the other difference between your bike could be that you don't have a carburetor, which means this one has a Petcock and a hose. If you do have a fuel injected bike, you will have a quick release coupling like this, and all you got to do is move this collar. This collar right here comes up and it gets disconnected like that. So now we finally getting to the point of how to remove the tank. First, you're gonna take the seat off. Every bike's different, so there's usually a bolt in the back here. You take that off. Sometimes you gotta have two more bolts over here. Depends what model you got. Once the seat is off, we're gonna get the dash panel off. On this bike, it's two bolts, one here, one there. You could have just one if you have a soft tail or something like that. This is the tools that I'm gonna be using besides the wrenches to get off the tank and the dash cover and the seat. I'm gonna be replacing the clamps on the hoses with the standard screw type clamps. This one still has the OEM Harley clamps that are one-time use only. They kind of look like this. You gotta have a special pliers to squeeze them. This is what they look like when they installed. There's one here on the Petcock, and the other one is over here on the front crossover. I personally believe it's much better to have these kind of clamps, because if you need to do anything while you're traveling or you're on the road, most people are not gonna have replacement clamps and the special pliers to mess with that. So with this, a screwdriver would do, and it's gonna work just fine. Okay, my gas tank is loose. I got the back hardware off, the front hardware off as well, so I can actually move it. So now we get to the trick part. First, I'm going to shut the petcock. This is actually vacuum operated petcock. There's a little vacuum line right here. So even if it's open, as long as the bike is off, it shouldn't leak any gas out. But if you have an old-fashioned petcock, shut it off, and then you can take pliers and just wiggle this clamp back and forth to loosen it up, because it's basically crimped. That's what makes it tight. We're not gonna be reusing it. We're gonna take the clamp off. On this side, I'm gonna take my vice grips, needle nose vice grips, and I'm gonna crimp this hose so the fuel won't come out of that side. I'm gonna also open this hose clamp the same way we did just a minute ago. Now when it comes up, I got my finger ready to plug this, and now I'm gonna grab my little hose with the bolt in it and just slip it over. So you're always gonna spill a little bit of fuel, so be careful about that. Work in the very good ventilation. But so now I got this hose plugged up here, and this one is held by the vice grips. So I'm gonna take my other bolt that I have ready, and I'm gonna stick that in here. Or if you like, you can just leave your vice grips on. Next thing I gotta do is disconnect these two wires for the gas gauge, and now I can just pick the gas tank right off the bike. Nothing else holding it in. Eliminate the dripping, because the bolts don't really hold good seal. I'm gonna disconnect these back off. I got my vice grips back on to hold the fuel from coming out. I'll plug this back. Okay guys, so here we have our gas tank on the table. The hose is back and it's slap full of gas, which is Murphy's Law. It never fails when people bring me a bike for service and I gotta take the gas tank off. It's gonna be slap full. So I hope this helps you to do your own work. This saves a lot of time, and I appreciate you watching, and see you in my next video. Take care.